Hi, I'm Allison Janney, and I just wanted to thank you all for sending in your questions on Twitter, and I'm excited to answer them. So here we go. First question is from Alana C., who asks, which part of being Bonnie do you like most? Alana, I'd have to say I like the top part of Bonnie the most. And of course, you know, I'm just joshing you. I think that the thing that I like about, the best part about Bonnie is that she's a child, and she is not a grown-up, and it's kind of fun to play an adult child. So, next question from Katie D., who asks, what was your favorite, funniest scene to shoot on Mom? Oh my gosh, Katie, there have been so many great scenes. One recently, just last week, when Anna and our characters were at the Mexican border in her dream sequence. That was really fun. I hope we get to do a lot more dream sequences, because I think that has a possibility for a lot of fun scenes for me and Anna. But I did get to do some physical stunts in the last episode I did that I don't know what the title of it is, though, but you'll know it when you see it, because I think I do about 3 or 4 stunts in it, so that was pretty exciting. I love getting physical. Okay, Jessica H. asks, is Bonnie going to have a love interest? Jessica, I hope she has many love interests, many, because she certainly is, she's a bit of an impo, and she likes the men. She likes inappropriately young men. She likes inappropriately handsome young men. So there's a possibility for a lot of love for Bonnie, and I'm hoping they write that way for me. All right, Taylor H. asks, what is the most challenging character you have ever portrayed? Well, that's a hard one to answer, Taylor, because every part is a challenge for me. I get nervous before every part I play. I think I don't know how to do it, and then I get scared and want to quit, and then I do it anyway. But every part has its challenges. But I think sometimes, funnily enough, the most challenging parts are the parts that are just completely straight, normal people. Those are really hard to play for me. I like to play people who are a little off-center. So, okay. And Pratik K asks, who do you like more, Christy or Violet? Oh, I went somewhere so other than where that question was. I was thinking of other characters I played in my career. And I was like, wait a minute, I have played, you mean Christy? Oh, I can't answer that question, for goodness sake. Well, you know what, I can tell you, Christy is my daughter, my firstborn. I mean, she's my baby. But Violet and I do have a special connection. I love them both equally. Vicky C. asks, which do you find more difficult, comedic timing or dramatic timing? I tell you, Vicky C., I think that timing is really specific in comedy, especially on a multicam series like Mom is. There is a rhythm that is there, and you have to hit it, and it's very specific. So that's, I think, that's the most challenging, I think. In a dramatic timing, there is rhythm there too, but there's something about this right now, the multicam comedy timing, that's very challenging and very specific and has to be spot on. So, but I love it. Jules S. asks, can you relate at all to Bonnie? Yes, Jules S., because I am a child. I will always be a child. I think I relate to her sense of fun and wanting to be bad, but not bad in a bad way. I mean bad in a, having fun and like goofing off. And I like her. I can relate to her, in other words, but I'm not her. All right, moving on. Rachel M. asks, what made you want to join the cast of Mom? Well, Rachel, I was looking for a multicam series, the half-hour comedy series, because I like the schedule and it lets you have a life outside of work. And I have spent so many hours in West Wing and 18-hour days working, and it was really gratifying and wonderful. But I felt like I missed out on a lot of my own personal growth in life and meeting people. And so this schedule was perfect. And then when it was Chuck Lorre, and who I've wanted to work with for a long time. He's so talented, and Anna Faris was attached. I'm a huge fan of hers, and I thought this is my dream job. So, okay. Anna Faris asks me a question. Oh, isn't that interesting? This is the same Anna Faris that I know. There can't be two of them, right? Let me see. Allison, it's your TV daughter. Can you tell me when we can drink the champagne in your dressing room? Next show night. After next show night, we are drinking that champagne. Whenever you want to, basically. It's there, and I will open it whenever you want to. So all you got to do is knock and ask. I love you. Joanna C. asks, do you prefer working in TV or movies? Well, Joanna C., I like working, period. I don't think I prefer one or the other, except for this. I will say this, that when I do movies, I have to travel and leave my dogs and my friends, and sometimes it gets lonely being away from home. So TV is kind of great right now because the studio is close to my house, and I can go home and see my babies, and so I like TV suiting me right now. Cole T. asks, did you always want to be an actress? I did, but I didn't think I would do it as a living, as a profession, Cole, because I just never occurred to me that would work out for me because I was so unusually tall, and but I didn't know what else to do. So I just kept doing it because that was the only thing I knew how to do, which is sometimes what advice I give people who want to be actors. I'm like, if there's nothing else you want to do or can do, then do it, and you have a passion for it. But otherwise, if there's anything else you can do it, because it's not an easy lifestyle. I mean, it's great when you get work, but no one's guaranteed. I'm not going to get depressing here, but it's a hard road. All right. Stephen D. asks, you studied at the Neighborhood Playhouse in New York City at the same time as Dylan McDermott. Are you two friends? Have you seen Hostages? Dylan and I he was in the class below me at the Playhouse, and we were friends. I did know him. He used to date a friend of mine. And I always thought he's one of the most talented actors in our class in the classes that were there. There were only two the second year and first year students at the Neighborhood Playhouse. He was a first year when I was a second year, but we all thought he was one of the most talented actors at the Playhouse. So it doesn't surprise me that he's doing well. And I did see the first episode of Hostages, and I loved it, and I've got it TiVo'd, and I have to watch the rest of them. But I like to binge watch, so I'm going to sit down one weekend and get caught up. Kat D asks, you tend to play strong, admirable women. Where does that come from? I think, I'd like to give some of that over to my mother. But I also think physically I'm just very tall and imposing, and I think that casting-wise people see me as a strong woman, and I love that I get to play admirable women. I'm not sure, well, there are qualities of Bonnie that are admirable, but she's not as admirable as some of my more well-known characters, such as CJ on The West Wing. She's definitely was one of my most admirable characters. I admire her. So, but what I love about Bonnie is that she is trying hard to change her life, and that's incredibly admirable. So, Jen G asks, do you base your characters on anyone you know? If I can, I love it. If I can find someone that, I'm like, oh my God, this reminds me of my, Aunt Eloise, or this reminds me of my neighbor Leanne, or this reminds me of, it's fun to have an idea for someone, to read a character and go, oh my God, I know how to do this. It's just like this. It helps you. But if you don't, sometimes I don't, and I just, there's always a little bit of my mom in every character I play, except for maybe Bonnie. I don't think there's any of my mother in that character, except for, actually, that's not true, when she tells Christy not to wear her hair like that, or do anything to do with clothing or hairstyle. Criticisms coming from my mother. Okay. Mom, I love you. My mom's not on this. What the hell am I worried about? Let me see. Erica T asks, any chance of a Mark Harmon reunion? Well, I think Mark Harmon would be great to come on as maybe Christy's real dad. I keep trying to think of who I fathered, who fathered Christy with me as the mother. Like, who could that be? But he could certainly come on as a love interest. Like maybe Bonnie finally tries to date someone who's more age appropriate, and he comes on and they fall in love and live happily ever after. I'll bring it up with Chuck Lorre. Sarah S. asks, what is it like working with Anna Faris? It is better than I thought it would be, because I just met her to do this project, and she is so gracious and sweet and funny and considerate and caring, and very we work off each other really well, and we appreciate what each of us brings to the game. And I always ask her for advice. If I do you think it would be funnier if I said the line this way or this way? And she'll always tell me, and we always help each other. I think I couldn't have gotten a better co-star. Diana asks, what 3 things should a girl in her teens know about the real world? I think a sense of humor is a great thing to have in the real world. I think to keep moving forward no matter what, that this too shall pass has always served me. If you're going through a rough time, just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward and keep being positive. And if one door closes, another door opens. You just have to keep moving forward. That's all I can think of right now. Jamie C. asks, Allison, are you dating anyone? Well, you know what, Jamie C. Is Jamie C. a boy or a girl, I wonder? Well, Jamie C., I am kind of seeing somebody, but not officially. So, but I would like to be seeing someone officially. That's all I can say on the matter. Lauren G. asks, I heard that you base your characters on your mom. What does she think about that, and what does she think of Bonnie? Well, I kind of addressed that, because my mother, I don't think there's anything in Bonnie that is related to my mother at all, except for being, that she's a mom and I'm getting silly. Okay, I know I didn't answer that. Okay, Ilana C. asks, are you enjoying live studio audience or prefer a closed studio? Very interesting question, and I'll tell you why. For some episodes, we just did an episode of Mom that we actually did not film in front of a live audience, which was the first one. And I got kind of upset about it. And then I did it. I went, oh my gosh, I was really grateful that we didn't film, because the episode was very big for me and it was very emotional. And I thought this would have been really hard to do in front of a live audience. So I was really grateful that we didn't do it. So I kind of, I think it depends on the material, but I do like having that audience there and getting that instant response, and it makes you feel so good to hear that laughter and ride a laughter wave and wait to come in on a line, and it's kind of exciting. It's a really exciting atmosphere, but for this one I was so nervous about my work as an actress, I was grateful that I didn't have to do it in front of people and have it. So, thank you guys for your questions. This has been so nice and really fun, and I appreciate you all participating, and I hope you continue to watch me and Anna on Mom on Monday nights.